U.S. Attorney General Ramsey Clark.
What a beautiful crowd. But we got a long way to go. And we can't falter. Bush and gang began this war of aggression with criminal intent to destroy and occupy the cradle of civilization for the foreseeable future. We have to face that constantly. Every soldier has to come home. They'll settle for 50,000. They'll get us to the end. You can't believe a word the administration says. They speak for effect. They don't know the meaning of truth. And they've not only led us into the supreme international crime as defined by the Nuremberg judgment, they've led us into torture. They've led us into summary execution. They've led us into extrajudicial execution. They've led us into widespread kidnapping, arbitrary arrest. Nobody knows where they take you or what happens to you. Human dignity means nothing to this administration. We have to stop that now. And above all, we have to recognize their long-term purpose. It's occupation and domination of Iraq and the region. We don't hear enough about what we've done to the people of Iraq, the people who live there. I've been in Iraq every year since 1989, and I'll tell you, it's never been like this before. It's absolutely almost unlivable there. The poor people are beyond question living in the most turbulent society on earth today. Over 4.4 million have left their homes. More than 2.2 million are exiled in refugee camps in adjacent countries. Little Jordan has 5 million people. It's taken on 1 million Iraqi refugees who are living there in misery and need food and water. If we had to take in that many refugees in proportion to our population, it'd be 60 million more. Think how it'd affect our feeling about immigration. We don't like poor people. Our country doesn't like poor people. Our government is oppressing poor people all over the world, perhaps most of all here at home. 75% of the people in Iraq don't have safe drinking water. It gets hot in Baghdad and elsewhere there in the summer, let me tell you, and I come from Texas, I ought to know. And they didn't have enough water, bad or good. And you dehydrate pretty quickly. And you don't have any air conditioning. You're lucky if you get an hour of electricity. You can't air condition with that. You can't refrigerate with that. You're just trying to survive. 1/4 of the population is malnourished. There's some starvation. 7,000 within the last 2 weeks have come down with cholera. It can wipe out a large part of a population. Infant mortality has skyrocketed in that country. Unprecedented. They've always labored with a very effective healthcare system that gave free medicine and free care to everyone, including strangers in the country. When I get sick there, I can go to their hospital in the past. They take care of me. Now there is no hospital. There is no medicine. The system is a shambles, and the people are dying. No one has ever lived in the midst of such constant violence. Fear is everywhere, all the time. You never know when it'll hit you. 75% of the kids aren't in school. You're afraid to send your kid to school if there's one nearby that's open, because you don't know whether she'll get home. That's what we've done to the people of Iraq. Why don't we talk more about that? Why don't we recognize the humanitarian crisis we've inflicted on the cradle of civilization? We not only have to bring our troops home, we have to end militarism in this society. We've got to cut our military budget 50% right now. We're going to be a threat to ourselves and a threat to the world. If we cut the military budget, we're spending more than the rest of the world combined on arms. We don't need them. We endanger ourselves by doing so. And until we do that, we'll be a threat to everyone. And we can take that money, I say $100 billion up front right now for Iraq. Total U.S. withdrawal. No U.S. corporation for construction, for purification of water, for militarism, or any other purpose in Iraq. We have forfeited that right to profit over their heads. Other people can provide it. But anybody that wants some of that $100 billion, there'll be plenty more, can come to us and we'll give them more. Because we owe it to the people of Iraq for what we've done, and we owe it to ourselves for what we've done. Reparations are essential. But I'll tell you, nothing is going to stop this machine except the impeachment of George Bush and his gang. It's the only thing that'll work. When you remove him for high crimes, then you know the next president will pay attention. You know the next Congress will pay attention. It is the only way. We hit 565,000 votes to impeach on our website this week. It's impeachbush.org. Get in there and put us over a million this month. Go home and get your friends to vote on it. And let's impeach Bush and his gang and bring the country back to the people.